way, little side note here, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to UkuleleBang, please do so. I do all this stuff out the goodness of me heart, and I've got no friends. So please subscribe, be a friend, please. Hi guys, today we're looking at Mr. Blue Sky by ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. It's pretty cool, this song, and doing a solo rendition presents a few little challenges. That's what you just heard there at the beginning. And as always, click in the description box below, find the tablature of what we're about to play. Happy days from there. Yeah, the tablature will be really helpful in this one because you'll see I put the chords down there as well, along with the melody. And we're kind of like doing a chord melody arrangement. Bit of dust from my face. But it's kind of weird. Here's our intro. So what I did at the intro there, I did a little triplet, 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 using the Chord form by triple stroke. I'll quickly give you a quick run through of that. That triple stroke will look like this. We're going to go down with our pointing finger, up with our thumb, up with our first finger. And the secret behind getting that nice and clean is when you go down with that first finger, let your thumb follow. Then your thumb can come up, then your first finger can come up, like that. So you'll get a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, triplet, 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 triplet. That's how I'm playing it. You could, of course, just use your normal triplet picking up and down. You could use a plectrum, you could strum with your nails, whatever. But I use a little triple stroke in there. I think it sounds kind of cool, and it kind of works nicely in the ukulele. Oh, a little tip in the triple stroke too. When you're doing your triple stroke, that little, the Chord form one, the down, up. I do it over the edge of the fretboard. If I do it over here, my fingers can kind of get stuck in the strings and stuff, and it's kind of annoying. Look at the camera a bit lower. My fingers can get stuck in the strings, kind of bugging. So I do it over the edge of the fretboard, which adds a bit like a ramp to allow me to do that kind of cleanly. Anyway, so I do that. Triplet, 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 triplet. Then I fire into an F. Now what I'm doing for the F in the intro of the song, I'm just going to play the open C and the 1 and the E string. So I'm using my thumb to mute the G, other fingers to mute the A. And that's just pump that 8 notes for a few bars. And then we come into the main melody of our verse. And for this one, you've got a few interesting challenges in here. So in the tablature below, I've kind of written out tablature-wise. Have to use your ear for this part to work out how you want to approach the melody. We're going to play a normal F chord. That's your 2 on the G, 1 on the E. We're going to add the C on top with our pinky. And that's our melody note. Sun is shining in the sky. And what I was playing a few different ideas to try and get this melody kind of different from the chords. That sort of thing works quite nicely using your thumb and first finger. I notice that after you finish that section, we'll play the open A string. So basically in that section, what you really want to do is find a way of keeping the chords kind of ongoing, but still let that C ring out for your melody. Weird. Let's play around with it, see what you can do with that one. I like that one. I think it's quite cool, it kind of separates it out. But we're into this shape here. This is quite a cool little shape. This is for the E minor 7 in the song. We're going to play 2 on the D and 5 on the A. The first and pinky. Then we're going to go into a little A chord with a little hammer on in here. That's going to be 2 on the G, 1 on the C, 3 on the E. And I'm using a pinky to hammer on from that 3 to 5. Then they go into just a D minor chord. But we're going to play our melody like this. So we'll play our D minor as normal. 2, 2, 1. And we'll play that 3 on the E. We'll strum the chord. 3 on the E. Play the 1 on the E. So that's your. And that's your very first line in the tablature below. The tablature will be really helpful for this part. After that first part, the rest of it's actually not too bad. I'll quickly run through the next line from the D minor. So this is actually not too bad. This is kind of more kind of strict chord melody. So after your D minor, we're going to play 2 in the C, 1 in the E, into a G, hit the open A. So we're just playing these 2 notes of our G chord. So the open G, 2 in the C, 3 in the E. That 2, 1 again, 2 in the C, 1 in the E, into an E minor. Just the G, C, and E, the G, C, and E for this part. We're going to play those 2 3s for the melody. 1 on the E string. Into this A dominant 7 shape, we're going to play, that's 2 on the C, 1 on the E, 3 in the B, 3 in the E. I'll try it again in guitar land. 2 in the G, 1 on the C, 3 in the E. And we're just going to strum the chord, hit that high A string. High A string or only A string? That little phrase. That's that so far. Then we'll play that 3 in the E, the open A, into a B flat chord. And for the B flat, you might know if you come across a B flat before, often we'll play as a bar. We don't need to in this version because we're not relying upon that higher note. We can just play 3 on the G, 2 on the C, 1 on the E. Then we're going to play 1, 3, E. Then we've got a cool little trick in here. For the C, just like add a little bolt of lightning in. If you've seen any other UkuleleBang videos, you know what I'm talking about here. It's always, when you're playing ukulele, we're kind of limited in our dynamic range and we're limited in what we can do. So whenever you get a chance to do something kind of clever when you're playing solo ukulele, it's always a good idea to do that. So this is a little harmonic here, which is basically going to reference our C chord. And notice that the A, that's our melody note there. Then 1 in the E, 1 in the A, open A, 3 in the E, into an F. I do a little percussive hit. Then I play this little movement here. Tablature will be really helpful in this one. We're going to play, I'm using my thumb on the G, first finger underneath the A string. I'm playing a 1 on the A, pull off to the open A. That motion there. Then letting that G ring out, I'll play 3 on the E string, 1 on the E string. Da, 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 da. That's the end of your verse part. Put it all together, man, what a thing. We'll have this. He says. And that's your verse part. Crazy, right? So the main thing there, make sure you have the melody carrying through throughout the whole thing. And yeah, follow that tablature. It'll be really helpful. This is a weird one. Kind of like what we've done before in the channel. We've done quite a few solo things. Fairly niche market solo ukulele, but still, it's quite cool to do. And yeah, and on ukulele, I think when you're doing solo arrangements, there's a lot of times where yeah, you have to like do a bit of problem solving to work out, okay, how can I make this sound big and good and full with only 4 strings? It's weird. Anyhow, that's that little part, that's your verse. Into the chorus, I'll play the chorus once through to get our ears in tune with it. Some chords at the end, we'll go over that in a second. So let's go for the main meat of our chorus part. I strum on the downbeat, then pick out the melody and then strum each downbeat after that. So we're going to strum the D minor chord, that's your 1 on the E, 2 in the C, 2 in the G. We're going to play 2 E, 2 C, 1 3 E, into an F chord, just your regular F, that same little run. 2 1 3 into a B flat major 7. So it's your B flat, it's your 3 2 1 with the open A on top. That same little melodic run. So notice it's gonna be D minor, that little run, F, that little run, B major 7, B flat major 7, that little run into an F, Then we're going to play 3 in the E string. And what I like to do here to kind of help the ukulele ring out, when I play an F chord, out, he says, and I play at that two G notes in the E string, what I like to do is make sure that I'm keeping that chord held down so it all rings out together. When you're playing on an unamplified ukulele, it makes a small difference. But if you're playing on a plugged-in ukulele, especially if you're like performing, then yeah, you'll really hear those little details and it will sound much more bigger. Much more bigger? Is that good English? I don't know. You get the idea, right? And then we're going to go into this is like a G minor. We're only going to require these, the G, C, and E. So we'll play our G minor. We'll strum. There's our melody note, the 1 on the E string. Then we'll pluck the 2 on the C for the next melody note. So it's and that's that part. Then we're going to play an F. And for the melody note here, what I like to do is that, because people don't play ukulele or don't play guitar or bass or whatever, yeah, it's magical that you can make a note appear when this right hand is doing nothing, right? It's quite cool. So we're going to play an F chord with that C on top. Notice that comes a lot in this song. So the F chord, regular F, C on top. We're going to strum that chord with that C. Then we're going to pull off with that. I'm using my pinky, more of a lever. Oh, he says. Pull off to the A string, and that's that little chunk before the kind of chorus come at the end. So that whole run. Pretty cool, right? It's not too bad. And I noticed that I'm using a lot of thumb in this song. In terms of my right hand, I'm using my thumb an awful lot. It works nicely. You could use a plectrum, or you could, again, you know, this version, once you've got this, you can use this as a catalyst to form your own version. This is very much a kind of an open source channel, in the sense that all these versions, do what you like with them, right? If you find a use for them and you want to change it to your own thing, go for it. Just credit me in some sort of capacity. I don't know how, but say thank you through the psychic waves. Or the internet, comment or something, right? It'd be pretty cool. Pretty niche channel, these ukulele videos. So it's quite cool when everybody comments and says hi. Anyway, into the very last section, we're going to play an E flat major. And for this one, I'm just being really lazy for this one. You could play this shape here. That's 3, 3, 3, 1. I'm just using this little shape in here. Why not? I'm going to play 3 in the C string, my third finger, 3 in the E with my pinky, 1 on the A string with my first finger, and just mute the G and give it a little strum. That's all cool. Then I go to the B flat major chord, and this time I am barring this chord. I know some people don't like bar chords, but if you don't like bar chords, I think you'll find another video on UkuleleBang about bar chords and how to tackle them. That's going to be a bar using your first finger. So first finger is going to bar 1 on the E, 1 on the A. Middle finger will play 2 on the C. Then third finger will play 3 on the G. So that part there, roughly rhythmically, again, feel free to adapt it to your own ends. Then I move to a C chord, but as a bar. And notice on the rendition, I use that same triple stroke, so I'm playing triplets. And then I move that shape using our first finger as a reference finger from the 3 to the 8. And that's our F chord, and that's where I end our version. And it's pluck an F at the end, that's the thing. So that whole last section, that was rough, the triple stroke. That wasn't the best one ever. But that is the general idea of how to play Mr. Blue Sky on the ukulele, a solo rendition, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it presents some interesting challenges. Any solo rendition on a ukulele is going to present some interesting challenges. This one's got a few interesting ones, like the intro of the song, keeping that C high up in the melody. So experiment, record yourself, listen to it back, and ask yourself, how can I problem solve this part to make it work on the ukulele? And that's, hey, that's half of the fun, right? Anyhow, enjoy that, and I'll see you very soon.